Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's devotion for February 5th. Today's devotion is titled Rejuvenating Rest. The Bible reading is from Hebrews chapter 4, verses 1 to 4, verses 6 to 7, and verses 9 to 11. I don't know why they just didn't do the whole 1 through 11, but... Therefore, since the promise of entering his rest still stands, let us be careful that none of you be found to have fallen short of it. For we also have had the good news proclaimed to us just as they did, but the message they heard was of no value to them, because they did not share the faith of those who obeyed. Now we who have believed enter that rest, just as God has said, so I declared on oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest. And yet his works have been finished since the creation of the world. For somewhere he has spoken about the seventh day in these words. On the seventh day God rested from all his works. Therefore, since it still remains for some to enter that rest, and since those who formerly had the good news proclaimed to them did not go in because of their disobedience, God again set a certain day, calling it today. This he did when a long time later he spoke through David, as in the passage already quoted. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. Therefore, there remains then a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For anyone who enters God's rest also rests from their works, just as God did from his. Let us therefore make every effort to enter that rest, so that no one will perish by following their example of disobedience. During a birthday party, 5-year-old Mia enjoyed playing and singing happy birthday, eating cake, and watching her friend open gifts. When everyone went outside to play, Mia said, "Mom, I'm ready to go." They thanked their host. Pulling out of the driveway, Mia's mom asked her to share the best part of her day. "Leaving," said Mia. Smiling, she fell asleep before they turned the corner. Even if we don't realize we're exhausted, we all need physical, mental, and emotional rest. God also provides divine rest when we accept both the good news of salvation through Christ and daily spiritual rest as the Spirit enables us to live for Christ by faith. Those who place their trust in God can depend on his unending presence, unlimited power, and unchanging promises, saved through Christ's work on the cross. Lost my spot. Hold on. We can rest in the peace of his sufficiency. We can experience divine rest as a guarantee fulfilled eternally now and when Jesus comes again. Anyone who enters God's rest also rests from their works, just as God did from his. So secured in Christ, we can enjoy a hope-filled life of surrender and loving obedience as we trust and rely on him. Only he can provide rejuvenating rest yesterday and today and forever. How does believing God enable you to rest in the surety of your salvation and rest physically, emotionally, and mentally each day? What has kept you from resting in God's promises in the past? Thank you for joining me for today's devotion, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.